we text back and forth to each other, right? I'm texting. I say, oh, y'all ain't going to do it. Ron Artest is a headache. It ain't no way. You ain't going to make it. He texts me back. Do you have some water? I text back, what? Do you have water? I said, yeah. He said, good, because you're going to choke on my 5th ring. And he did it. And after he did it, I had to dodge it for like 2 years because it was all kinds of money on it.
All right, yo, so welcome to the platform. We have a legend in the building. Actor, comedian, singer, Academy Award winner, Golden Globe winner, Mr. Jamie Foxx.
My guy.
What's up, man?
Jamie Foxx, welcome to the platform.
Welcome, baby.
Welcome.
Jamie, I got to come right at you early, baby.
You left out something, though. You left out power point guard. Power forward point guard. Chris, no.
So Jamie, I gotta come right out the gate, Jamie. We gotta talk about our 2-on-2 game, which you lit Dave Brown up.
Wait a minute. You was guarding me. And then he didn't want me to post it. I said, boy, you finna catch all this. Old man strength. I said, go away, I got him. That go away, I got him game. That go away, I got him. Go away, I got him.
Put him on that island.
I got him.
Hey,
Chris, you was jittery, though.
Jamie can shoot the rock, bro.
Old school. No legs,
shoot
though.
it, bro. Yeah, he got no legs, but he ain't
got no legs.
bro.
Set shot. You got that set shot.
Old school shot, no lift, no calf muscles. That's the only reason that I
Jamie
didn't.
at the park that can shoot when you go up
Yeah,
there.
the old dude. Don't worry about nothing.
Yeah, he letting it go.
Got it.
Hey, with the weird rotation.
Yeah.
No, but if I'd have had calf muscles, Chris, I'd have went on to the next level. I ain't got no calf muscles.
Damn. Yeah, that's saying something. Hey now.
Had those been inflated, Chris, we'd have been a problem.
Been a problem.
But it was great to get that off, man.
That's what's up.
So we on MJ Monday, and yesterday was the doc, and it was Michael Jordan, and it was Kobe Bryant. Talk to us, Jamie. When you look at that, and me and Norris, I don't want to get Norris going too early, but
hey, Jamie, man, tell me what you think about MJ, man. One word.
Here we go.
One word. Let me hear it.
Well, first of all, you got to understand, I watched MJ play in person. I watched MJ at the Garden. And let me explain something to you about what's amazing, that when somebody come to the Garden and take the whole Garden and have them cheering for you. Ooh. MJ comes to the Garden. Now remember the whole Starks controversy really ran deep. They touched on it, but it wasn't like how they really got into it. Now we watching it from ground level. Now I call him Black Jesus. So sitting on the court, we yell out Black Jesus. He don't look at you. Everybody else yell, hey Fox, whatever. Jordan, he locked in. Now here's the thing: people used to say that Starks could hold it. So Starks was, he had this thing like, I'm going to slow Michael Jordan down or at least try to stop it. Bro, here's the setup. Early in the game, Jordan get it off the glass. Boom, go all the way down the court. But Starks is already at like the free throw line, waiting.
Right.
Jordan run at him. Full throttle. Pull up. Pull up.
Bam.
Splash. Mid-range game cold. Starks was on his heels like, God damn. Okay, he got it. then Jordan is just smoking everybody. Then same situation happened, like I guess third quarter. He get it off the glass. He come and starts again full throttle. He up, go around him, splat out. Now it's getting bad because the Knicks fans start turning like and I'm sitting with a lot of white people because my seats was nice. But they were like, they started saying, oh my goodness, this is amazing. So they started yelling for Jordan a little bit, but there was this one play, and I think we all remember it. Jordan is bearing down, and the whole Knicks team go to block the shot. Black Jesus turned his back in the air on the whole team.
Ooh.
Flip it over his head, and the stadium went crazy. Yeah. So it's like being able to see it on television is one thing, but being able to see this guy do it in person was nothing short of absolutely remarkable. Nothing short.
Wow.
That just goes to show, though, because we look at this documentary and, we're basketball players and fans, and I love Jordan's my favorite player of all time. So
Yeah.
I knew how it felt for me, and I never saw him. And I'm
was
seeing
crazy.
this documentary, and it's still nuts to me. But I never saw him. So if it's that much more crazy, if you saw him, like how is there?
It's crazy because in person, you got to understand too. And Jordan was like a rock star. I remember, bro. Listen, I remember being at the All-Star game in Cleveland, right? And I'm trying to make this little girl. I'm doing everything I can. I'm just coming on. I ain't really hyped yet. I ain't got no resume. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, I ain't got. I bought one drink. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't buy no bottle, whatever. And then all of a sudden, the room started shaking. I said, what is that? And I look up. I see that hooped earring. I said, ooh. Black Jesus. Black Jesus. Black Jesus walk up in there. And this was what's crazy, though. He was so famous, bro. He looked over and saw me. Michael tough in all aspects. He a tough dude, all aspect. He looked at me and he said, I can't cuss, can I? Not supposed to cuss.
Not too much.
You can.
Okay.
You can.
No, but he said, what's up, muff? You right? Mm-hmm. And he spoke to me. Dog, it's like he blessed me for the whole party.
Oh, you was good.
He was untouchable, and he said, "What's up?" I was like, hey, I had to gather myself. Hey, what's up? Oh yeah, what's up? What's up? I was trying to act like it wasn't nothing. I was like, oh yeah, what's? Oh, I see you. But when he walked off, dog, everybody walked off with him, including the girl I was with.
Ah, damn.
And the girl said, "Anyway, nice meeting you, Sinbad." She had forgot. she forgot everything. So seeing it in person, having an opportunity to hang with Jordan. I remember this. And here's the one thing about the competitiveness. This is the one thing you got to understand. The dude was so competitive. He would win a handshake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He wouldn't even lose a handshake. If you shook his hand, what's up? I said, what's up? And he said, what's up? I'm going to shake your arm off. I said, you trying to win the handshake?
Got the mitts.
Man. So it's great for the younger generation to see what I got a chance to see up close and to see that he was really about business and watching those things. I think watching right now, I'm glad we got a chance to see it in today's world, but I don't know if he would have been able to make it in today's world. The climate of social media
is different.
The way the media is. Like even today I was watching
Jordan
with the phones.
Jordan always finds a way to be the best though. So I don't know.
Being able to make it. What you talking
about? It's tough.
I mean
social media wise.
Not make it basketball wise.
Yeah,
just as far as the social media, how tough it would have been they would have been on the same. It's just I'm glad that those stories come out now is what I'm saying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not meaning
2
like
decades.
If it was today, oh my God, bro. We wouldn't be able to get to basketball because there'd be so much other stuff going on. And I'm just simply referring to how the media and everything was sort of back at that time, even though it was highlighted, it was underneath. You know what I'm saying? There was still a certain amount of respect. You know what I'm saying? Even when he didn't want to speak, they didn't push it as opposed to today where everything I think is heaped on you guys too much. Yeah. I said they still playing basketball. Right. Even when it came to the social awareness of like whether he said Republican, this is that, I said, listen.
He's a basketball player.
He's a basketball player.
He's not a politician.
He's not a politician. Right. And sometimes we hold people outside of politics tougher than we do the politicians because it's easy. But he wasn't. But I think what was great in that moment was that Michael said, let me do what I got to do to become that billionaire so that people like LeBron, Wade, Norris can come through. Okay, now y'all can do y'all thing. Now you can. Because at that time, what people didn't understand, like this man was embarking upon something that no one had ever done as a black man in sports. So he had to
the first go around, people take all the lumps. The first go around, man, you gotta take all the heat.
And now he looks at y'all like he said, y'all go get it. Now we can stand in solidarity when it's a Trayvon Martin situation as basketball players now because he said, shh, I got you. Y'all go ahead. I got you. You know what I'm saying? So I applaud him for that. I'm going to sip some of this Corn.
Yeah.
I think it also showed though. I think it also showed that he was secure and knew who he was. I don't think you should speak on something if you're not going to be secure in that subject matter. You know, a lot of people clout chase nowadays and jump on issues. They start talking about issues that they really don't know what they're talking about, but because it's popular, everybody want to send a tweet out or talk about it like they really care about the social injustice. When really you clout chasing. And MJ was like, "Listen, I'm not clout chasing. I'm secure in who I am. That's not what I do. I'll send the man a donation, but that's not what I do."
Of course, you're so right on that, because I can't tell you how many revolutions these mofos done had me started and stopped. We were supposed to every 30 minutes is a revolution on the Instagram. Martin Luther King would have been tired as hell running out. It's a boycott. It's boycott rich. I'm not got no black. Okay, all right, whatever. It's great.
So how do you think Jordan would perform with the way the rules are now in the NBA? No offense to Just or Norris, but the floor is more open now. Back then,
he would come on, man. He would flourish. And you would want to see it. And here's what I would want to see. I would want to see the athleticism of today's game, because today's game. Now, here's what's interesting. Dr. J. So we always talk about eras, right? I was asking Dr. J, what's different in this era? It was him and Pat Riley. What's different in this era? He says, athleticism, Jamie. He said, I saw a guy 5'10" do a 360 windmill. He said, we weren't doing that at that time. He said, we weren't even playing basketball all the time.
I'm about to say, Dr. J was. He was.
Yeah, but Dr. J was 6'8", 6'9".
6'8", yeah, right.
So
No,
he was one of his, he was the only of his kind. MJ, the one thing that I could tell you when I was watching, there was no one like him. I mean, Clyde Drexler had hops. These other guys had other attributes, but you never seen anybody put all the athleticism and the fundamentals at the same time together. Because one thing people don't talk about is that Michael was a fundamental expert. Him and Larry Bird, I've never seen nobody that more sound. But I would love to see Michael Jordan play now against the Kevin Durant's, against the LeBron James, against the Norris Cole. What?
Right.
Hey, you know what I mean? But listen, when you look at his measurements, as far as athleticism, his measurements will be in the 1 percentile of today's NBA. So I don't think that would be much of a difference, really. I mean,
I'll tell you what's great, what's interesting looking back at Michael Jordan. He looks like he could play in any era and he still made sense. Like when you look at some of them other dudes, they look like what? Because I like Charles Barkley, but his body was.
Hey, don't do that. Hey, Jamie, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, Jamie.
It was terrible.
Hey, don't do that. Don't do Sir Charles like that.
It was terrible. But you know, their bodies was built different.
Yeah, but Charles
like Jordan looked like he could be right now today, was on the band workout with the whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Facts. Yeah, his top 10, his number one, his dunks will still be like number one on Sports Center nowadays from 1988.
And I don't know about you, but when watching the doc, I got excited on just the moves. Some of the, he was like, the DVR, run that back.
Hey, when he give him the
it's crazy.
Look, if you have making sound effects when he making the moves, and you ain't feeling it. I make sound effects every time.
Hey, when he go, ooh,
my wife looks at me like I'm crazy. Oh,
hey, you notice somebody over there ain't saying nothing. You know, Mr. Jordan. You know, Mr. Jordan Hater. You know, Mr. Jordan Hater over there.
Mr. Jordan Hater.
Norris.
Listen, I show love to Jordan all the time.
No, Norris.
They disrespect Kobe, Jamie.
Jordan,
You've seen both.
Jordan be tripping because Jordan know he loved this man Jordan. Michael.
Yeah, that's what I understand.
But wait. You can't be mad at the man because he likes something.
I'm not mad at him.
Hey, Jamie. On this show, there's no disrespect to MJ whatsoever.
It's Michael.
Zero tolerance.
Okay.
You hear me?
All right. Hey, LeBron, what's up? You back there? Okay, I'll holler. I'm doing this MJ thing right quick. But that's what makes it great, man. Is the fact that he can have that pass. And look, I watched Kobe play.
That's where we want to go.
That's where we want to go. Now you want to talk, Jordan?
Holy moly.
Come on, Jordan.
No. I'm saying, Jamie, you've seen Kobe and you've seen LeBron. they act like they're inferior to Jordan. There's no way Kobe and LeBron are inferior to this man.
We didn't say that, Jordan.
And we didn't say that. First of all, we said it's Jordan and it's everybody else. Everybody else. And that's just what it is. And that's just what it is, bro.
But let me tell you what it is. Let me tell you what it is. It's like old heads in hip hop. Man, I'm gonna try to tell you, they can't be Nas. What's all this skirt and all that? And look, what's all this? So that's all it is, bro. It's like if you talk to my pops, he saw Dr. J, he saw Oscar Robertson play. So, of course, those guys are going to – I mean, Wilt Chamberlain, those guys. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, there's an argument there that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar wasn't the warm fuzzy. So when you're watching Michael Jordan, it's not just his game. It's also what was packaged around him that you cannot argue was something remarkable. Yeah. Had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at that time just remained Lou Alcindor and they built whatever, we never know how hard it would have been to overshadow that. So when you're talking about Michael Jordan, a whole lot of things came together that we had never seen before. Right. So there's that. And he was able to do that because look how good his neck looked right. Like, I ain't never seen this.
And Nike made the best investment in business history.
It comes to Kobe Bean Bryant, I'm going to be honest with you. And God bless Kobe Bean.
Bless Kobe.
Me and Kobe argued with each other for years about basketball. We would have knockdown dragouts. I remember Philadelphia. It's the All-Star game, and it's Mike's last hoorah, right? And I remember watching the young gun go at the veteran.
Ooh, that's
like,
tough.
and I'm sitting on the court.
He was 38 years old.
And I'm saying, Black Jesus, get him.
Get him.
Get him. and Kobe was letting it go, but he competitive just like Jordan. It was like watching two of the same. And at some point, Jordan said something to Kobe Bean. He said, "Huh? What's that? Huh? I don't make me turn this up on you now."
Right.
And you remember the play. Jordan, he takes the ball down. He goes to his left. Couldn't get around the young Kobe. Comes around his back. Pumps, fakes him. Gets Kobe in the air.
Wow.
No, gets Kobe in the air. But then Jordan tried to get it back off. But Kobe hit and came right back up and blocked the shot.
And Jordan told him if it was a game, he would have jumped into
his ribs. Wait. You talking about the clip. I'm talking about what was there. That's the clip. That's the clip. What happened was Kobe then sort of went off. You know what I'm saying? And it got bad. It was uncomfortable because we were there for Michael. Like, why are you doing it? Kobe was like the lions when the young lion challenged the old lion. He was like, it's my time, and no time better than right now to start to really like sort of plant my flag as who I'm going to be because I am you. So it was amazing to watch that. And at the same time, super duper uncomfortable because Kobe started dunking and it was just so it would be interesting to see Kobe at his prime and Jordan at his prime. That would be interesting because I saw both of them. I saw both of them play. It would be interesting. Mike, I believe, would get him, but that young Kobe, it was something else. And I rooted against Kobe. I remember going to the games and he would make you hold your breath because you know he finna hit it.
Right.
You know he's finna drink.
Right.
So Jaime, I'm gonna throw this at you. Okay, you gotta start one, you gotta bench one, and you gotta cut one.
All right.
Oh,
okay. I'm just saying.
Well, let's go
Kobe,
top 5.
Let's Kobe.
Yeah.
AI.
Ooh, Lord.
D Wade.
Oh, Jesus.
Start one.
Start one.
See, that's messed up.
Bench one.
I thought you was about to give us the Dada, bro.
I thought he was about to go for
You
it.
switched up.
I'm coming later. I got one.
It's tough.
It's tough because
I just feel bad because I've been cut before. So when I say cut someone, I'm like, dang.
Yeah, because Chris, you can't really cut him really.
Yeah, you can't cut him. Like,
but because here, let me just give you personal stories. I also hung with that young fella with them braids.
Yeah.
I hung with that young fella with them braids. And he did something that nobody do at 5'9", 5'10". Norris, come on now.
Hey.
Now, I hung with this young fella. I was out one night. We was in Atlanta.
We
was over and we was and I mean we did it till about 9 a.m. And
Jamie, show me the crossover. So how he used to cross it over.
Listen, I saw him giving 50. I saw him giving 50. So the thing is that again, I will say this: when it's just watching them on the court, is different because when you think about AI, there's a little bit of controversy. There's a little bit of other things that come to your mind. So sometimes you sort of peel away from the basketball game. I saw him. I ain't never seen nothing like this in my life. He playing with the Giants. He go and to his right. He come all the way over to the left side of the court
and go all right
and just go and come around him. So start one,
bench
Jamie,
one.
Hey Jamie,
start one. You got to start. Oh Jesus Christ!
Hey Jamie. Now listen. You saw a lot of hooping, right?
Right.
You spent a lot of time in LA.
I did.
You spent a lot of time in Philly.
Yeah.
But you spent an awful lot of time in
Miami.
Hey,
and you seen, and not only in the special years, you seen the young Flash go up against that monster in number 3, and you saw mano y mano.
I got to be honest with you.
Absolutely.
D Wade.
That's all I'm saying.
D Wade is quietly a freak of nature, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Yes.
That young fella from Marquette is quiet and a quiet assassin. You cannot take anything away from this dude. I watched this guy. First of all, his defensive presence.
Talk to me.
Talk to me.
Hey, talk to me. Hey, talk to me.
And I think when you watched him get sharpened, because steel sharpens steel, I watch him play Kobe. I watch him play Kobe B, and I see him gain ground. I said, oh my God, he coming. And then when he won those chips,
you have 06. Talk about 06 now.
Listen,
talk
you
about
have
it.
Never seen anything like that because you got to understand like this. A lot of times people's games will get enhanced by how much they talk, how much I'm this, or how much I'm that. Quiet to himself, and did something that's simply remarkable and has to be put in the top talks of best 2 guard to ever play that position. You have to. But because, like I said, a lot of people campaign. Man, I seen the dude in person, bro, and I watched him. I watched even when LeBron, because LeBron is a learner. I watched him watch D Wade on how he carried himself and what he did to be efficient. And that's what people don't understand. Efficient, dogmatic on the defense, and quiet. I ain't never seen nothing like it. So I don't know. I was there, baby. I was there in Miami. Listen, absolute dog. And the thing about it is, no matter who you pick out of these guys, it's going 7, not 7.
Right.
7.
Yeah. That's a
Hey, Jamie, you really watch. Hey, you know what? I respect that. You really. I knew you was watching. Like I knew you used to pay attention to the games from being in Miami. But you actually a student of the. Like you know what you talking about, bro.
100%.
Listen, here's the thing. My father was a coach for 25 years basketball. He went 96-6 in high school. So it's like all we do is talk basketball, talk athletes, talk. We talk in we're case studies. So you case study Michael Jordan. You case study how Kobe Bryant latched on to Michael Jordan. I remember with Kobe being, God bless him, we got into an argument. He came to see my show in LA. We going back and forth. He's saying this, he's saying that. He's talking about all the dudes he was killing. Then I said LeBron. He said, great player. He stopped in his tracks on that. But then we get to arguing too much. He said, you know what? I ain't even gonna watch your show. I said, what? He said, I'm leaving because we down by the Staples Center. He said, I'm going right to the Staples. I'm going to practice. I said, huh? So you leave my show. So for that year, we text back and forth to each other, right? I'm texting. I say, oh, y'all ain't gonna do it. Ron Artest is a headache. It ain't no way. You ain't gonna make it. He texts me back. Do you have some water? I text back, what? Do you have water? I said, yeah. He said, good, because you're going to choke on my 5th ring. And he did it. And after he did it, I had to dodge it for like 2 years because there was all kinds of money on it. So It's one thing being a fan of it, but being able to talk to these guys, being able to see Shaq after he won a championship, and he's on Ventura Boulevard, and everybody know I throw the sickest parties.
Yes,
and I see Shaq, and Shaq is on a motorcycle. First of all, the motorcycle looked this big, and he like this. Hey, what's up with you, man? I know y'all didn't know what I was saying. He was saying, "I'm gonna come to your crib." I speak Shaq. All right, yeah, cool. All right, we'll get food and everything like that. So Shaq is right after the that he wins the championship. He's riding his motorcycle, and everybody in the city is following him on down Ventura, and ends up coming to my house, man. And he ends up playing like this sort of like mock basketball game with us and stuff like that. So it's like stories like that, and also just I just study the game, man. I study the different eras, and I look at how I try to pull myself back. I try to look at all of you guys and say there is value in all of these guys, and there's value arguments in every single player because I watched them play. Dwyane Wade, you're not finna get by that dude. I got a chance to see, of course, LeBron's, the KDs, all of these guys. So it's good for the game. And right now, I don't think basketball has been this popular for everything that it's doing.
How good of a defensive player was Gary Payton?
Jesus Christ. Let me give you the story.
They call him a glove.
Let me give you the story.
Facts.
So GP was so incredible as a defensive player. He would have his charity in Seattle, right? He would challenge anybody in the city to come to the court. And he said, I'll give you something like $100,000 if you could score one basket on me. That's just on some, like
all day.
Listen to me, bro.
Wow.
He would, and it became a thing. It became a thing where people would come in and try to, shoot. I even tried it on it. There's no way. And at the same time, he taught, even with Kobe, he would teach Kobe things about his defensive mind. And if you know Gary, who played in the Bay Area, that's what he was known for. And if you think about it, that was rare. Because everybody wanted to be Jordan. Everybody wanted to be that person who was scoring all the buckets. But Gary Payton was like, nah, I'm going to bring this mentality, this dog mentality, this defensive mentality. And he was a bit of a bully.
Right.
And that's what I learned. So what he would do before you even got to the court, he was already in your head. I remember,
Oakland.
Listen, Oaktown, Gary Payton,
Oaktown.
Before he was in the league, he yelling, all that ain't gonna work when I get there. It ain't gonna work when I get there. All that, I don't care who you are. And you see him take the mentality, not just of the defensive skill, but putting the mentality to where he had the mind game. Because think about it, all you players are basically at the same level, right?
Yeah.
Right.
When it comes to skill, when it comes to just basketball knowledge. But then who has that extra dog that puts in your mind, when I go to Seattle, I know I got to go through this person. I know I got to go through that. And that's what Gary did. Even where he may have been diminished in height,
right?
He had it like he was the epitome of, it's not the size of the dog, it's
the fight in the dog.
Yeah, whatever it is. Nigga just ran out of talent.
Right. Quarantine.
But yeah, man, I mean, nothing like it. And then he was a very crucial part in that championship. Very crucial part when he came to Miami.
Yes,
to Miami.
Sir.
And he was very crucial because people were like wondering how would Gary Payton fit in with this. But
right.
He hit a big shot. A couple of big shots to really like sustain. So, like I said, man, being able to see these guys in person, man, I wish there was an app for that.
Hey, but you can't get around the question though. Start one, bench one, cut one, Jaime.
Gosh, right.
Ooh.
Start Kobe.
Okay.
Got to. This is where it gets hard. That's the hard part, though, right here.
This is the hard one.
Is it?
It's not hard. We just talking basketball. It's not hard.
We're talking basketball. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
because I got another one I'm gonna throw at you.
Because it's start Kobe, bench. D Weezy,
Exactly.
and
You ain't gotta say it. It's okay. It's okay. You,
No.
you can't even fix your lips to say it. I understand.
I really
understand. I understand.
It's tough.
I understand.
Even saying bench D Wade doesn't even make sense.
It hurts.
Get rid of this game, man. What's the other one?
So okay. So
I'm gonna stay out of that.
Shaq,
Yeah.
Dream.
Lord have mercy. That's a problem. I see. That was the Achilles. That was the Achilles.
Yes, sir,
That was his
Chris.
Achilles.
Yes,
That was his
sir.
Achilles. He'll tell you though. That was his Achilles. That was his Achilles. I saw it.
And Jabbar.
Oh,
Bench one.
Oh my God! You can't do that, Chris.
hey, Chris. Hey,
Look, these games,
Chris,
yeah, come on.
this is crazy.
This is impossible.
You got to make executive decisions.
My answers would shock you on this one. But let me hear yours, Jamie.
What? Well, you got. I saw Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I mean,
For sure, absolutely. That's
Absolutely.
without question.
He has the only unstoppable shot.
That's without question.
Yeah. And he played till he was 73 years old. That's what's crazy.
He played in like 4 decades.
Yeah, he played 4 decades, boy.
60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s.
And had them socks and them shoes and that them hairy legs. That was the last time a dude had hairy legs.
And you forget they changed the rules because of him too. Now no more dunking. He
No
was
more
so dominant.
dunking,
They said
nothing
no
like
dunking, and then they turned him into
Absolutely
which made the sky hook.
Absolutely lethal. That is a tough one. You would have to start Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I'll leave it right there.
Yeah.
Because the other two cancel each other out because Shaq was super dominant, but Shaq's Achilles was Akeem Olajuwon. And I don't know if you look at some of those battles, Akeem was so nifty and smaller in size, but Akeem played soccer before, and that's where he got all of his footwork. So, when you look at what Akeem has done to pass down, that's the one thing that I say you have to give him the edge because he was able to pass down what he had to other players.
Still passing it down.
And still pass. While if you wanted to get your game right under the basket, you go to Akeem. While Shaq was just so dominant, there's no way to pass that down because you 9 feet tall, 400 pounds. Ain't nobody got that.
Facts.
Okay, that's pretty good. Okay,
And I agree with you on that one, Jamie. We on the same page on that.
There you go.
Wow. Okay. So
NC Monday.
This is my last one on it, though. Okay,
What?
so if I got to start a franchise, I got to pick a point guard to start the franchise with. Magic.
What kind of question is? Come on,
Isaiah.
Mm-hmm.
Penny Hardaway.
Magic Johnson.
Magic.
Not even close.
what kind of question is? Come on.
Let me do era. Let me give you my top 5 though. Top 5 of eras. If I'm back in the Michael Jordan era, it's Magic Johnson at point. It's Michael Jordan at 2.
Yep.
No. Just listen.
Yeah,
From
just
all of the players.
Hold on. Which era is Jordan era? Because Jordan was in the 80s and the 90s.
But
And the
I'm
2000s.
gonna say old rules, but we could pick any player. I'm gonna
Okay.
say point guard Magic Johnson, 2 Michael Jordan, 3 LeBron James, 4
Facts.
Larry French Lick, Indiana Bird,
Absolutely.
and 5 Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the era. New era.
Okay.
Cool.
Point guard
Okay.
LeBron James.
Facts.
2 guard Michael Jordan. Put 3 so this is no position. 3 I'm going Kobe Bean Bryant. 4 I'm going Kevin Durant. 5 I'm going Shaquille O'Neal.
And that's gonna be a hard.
Tough squad.
But I don't like this squad though. I got one thing, Jamie.
I knew.
You got one person that you left off of there.
You cannot leave.
You cannot leave Tim Duncan off of this list, my brother.
You cannot do that.
You cannot do that, bro.
Cannot do
You
that, baby.
cannot do that, Jamie Foxx.
What did I just say in this era?
Yeah, in this era, that makes sense.
Timmy Duncan, I love Timmy Duncan, but in this era, we finna shoot that thing out there, man.
Yeah, in
We
this
finna
era,
shoot
you
that
gonna
thing.
Oh, Jay Holiday.
We don't do that no more. We don't do that no more.
Hey,
Snores.
listen.
Listen to this though.
Off the glass.
Tim Duncan dominated the 99 all the way to the 2014.
No. I'm not. Look, you see, Norris, you be thinking we be disrespecting the people. We
I'm
not.
not disrespecting.
Understand this. What position he gonna play in the new era? What position?
What position you gonna play? What Shaq is gonna play? You playing Shaq in there?
Shaq.
So why Tim
Look, first
Duncan
of all,
ain't gonna be on there?
I'm taking Shaq. I'm taking
Shaq
Shaq.
different.
I'm
Shaq
taking
did
Shaq.
That's his muscle.
Tim Duncan can play power forward or center.
So we not putting him at power forward because we have Kevin Durant,
Got
who's
Kevin
gonna give
Durant.
us a whole lot, guard a whole lot. And I mean, I'm just saying for this era. That's all. That's all.
He's a
I'm not-
walking
I'm-
bucket.
That's
I'm
all.
not
It is.
saying. All I'm saying is find a way to put the GOAT Timmy on.
I will.
He the
put him on the
GOAT.
bench.
He the
We'll
GOAT
sub
at
him
his
in.
position.
Let me ask you this.
We'll sub him in. We'll sub him in.
If Kevin Durant had to guard Tim Duncan and vice versa, what would happen?
Tim Duncan is going to win.
No.
The championship. The championship for a team. Are you talking about for a team?
No,
Or you talking about one-on-one?
Oh, this is how we do it.
one-on-one.
Okay, this is
Oh
how we do
no,
it.
one-on-one. KD. KD.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's
KD
like
don't
this.
scorch him
Watch
one-on-one.
this. So every time I do this, I always say this: you name your five, and then you name a five to go against that five, and then
Right.
you say, okay, who's gonna win that battle?
But I'm gonna ask you this.
you're
Though.
fine,
I'm gonna say this, Jamie. Though you said I know KD would beat him one-on-one, but if they played in spots,
Yeah,
every spot on the post, Tim Duncan would beat him convincingly. Every spot around the post,
yeah.
every time he would beat him. Now on the perimeter, he's toast. We all
Right.
know that.
You are absolutely.
Today's game,
Timmy
he
is
doesn't
coach.
post no more.
Timmy D is absolutely amazing. You are absolutely right. I have been corrected.
Right.
I have been corrected. Listen. I have no problem in saying I was wrong.
Because
So
Timmy,
Norris, give your top five, Norris.
if we do it the same way he just said it in the eras, if we go back in the old rules for the first for like the 80s, 90s, I'm going. Obviously, I hate leaving off Isaiah Thomas because he beat
That's a
Magic
good- that's a
and
good pick.
Bird. He
That's
beat
a great
Magic,
pick.
Bird,
That's
and
a
Jordan.
great pick. That's a
He
great
beat
pick.
all of them.
He was
That's a
holding
great
down.
pick.
for
But
him.
I'm never
great
going to
pick.
get. But it's blasphemy not to pick Magic. So I gotta go with Magic, MJ, Larry Legend,
Yeah.
Hakeem Olajuwon,
Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
Okay.
Hakeem, and then I'm going with and I'm going for my team, just for my team.
Yeah. This is
I'm
your
going
team.
with Dennis Rodman. I'm
Dennis
playing
Rodman.
role players. I need
Okay.
role players.
I got you.
Because I got enough. You know what I mean?
So how does that five match up against Jamie's five? Because
Well,
I ain't
he-
putting Dennis Rodman on Jabbar.
No, he's not. I said he's a forward. He's gonna be
you
guarding
gotta-
Larry Legend.
Oh,
He's gonna guard. He's gonna guard Larry Legend, and he did a great job in the '80s, beating them back to back.
Yeah.
He beat Boston, and then he turned around and beat the Lakers.
But
in the,
be careful with French lick. I seen that up close.
Yeah.
Hey, no, not for sure.
I seen that up. I seen
Nah,
French lick.
I'm not talking about best players. I'm talking about in the game.
Oh, okay,
Now, best
okay,
players,
I'm
best
trying.
players. You got to go Kareem, Magic.
You know what you got
Larry
to
Legend,
do? Yeah.
Magic.
You know who you guys got to get on your show? Get Dominique Wilkins just to give you one Larry Legend.
Ooh,
story.
oh, hey, he know
Actually,
about that. Hey, he
actually,
know
I
about
got-
that.
You go up and whisper Larry Bird and Dominique ear. Oh man, I ain't never seen nothing like it. Here's James Worthy, super athletic, get to everything. Worthy gets on French lick. French lick did this. He did this with his eyebrows. James
See you later.
hit the top of the arena, took off, laid him up left. Same thing.
Hey.
He stuck in his
Hey, people! Hey, I like the fact that you show respect to Larry Legend like I do, because I love Larry. A lot of people be talking about that. He can't. Hey, I'm about to say because
It's racial.
Larry
Hey,
played
listen.
the whole game left-handed, bro.
he the second best. He the second best small forward of all time.
Listen, let me explain something to you. To see it up close, man, was absolutely
That's what I think is impressive.
super duper legendary.
that's crazy.
And a lot of people ain't gonna tell you this. His first step was magical. And you don't think, because he's the type of guy you would say the words like lumbering.
Right.
First step. His first step was crazy.
Ooh.
So some jugger. And I would have loved to see Larry play in today's game because
He
the
would be a
three ball.
star.
The three ball was non-existent at that time. It was bumping and grinding, big men bumping and grinding. But Larry, you know what I'm saying, wins the 3-point championship. You know what I'm saying? So you would have loved to see these guys play unbridled, play open and free like that. That's where I think we would have got some like serious competition.
And people forget. Not only do he have all those skills, Larry's 6'9", almost 6'10". He not
6'9", 6'10",
so at the end of the day, he just shoot right over you
and talk a lot of
and
trash.
talk a lot of trash to
He
you.
told Dominique Wilkins in the game, he said, I'm going to get the ball. Oh, no, Dominique Wilkins, his rookie year, comes into the league, right? He sees Larry Legend. So, he's like, hey, Larry. Larry don't talk to him. Don't say nothing. Don't shake his hand, nothing. But he goes on to cook him. cooking.
Did he cook
After the
you
game,
well done?
after he cooked them well done, open fire, blackened. Larry walked up to him and said, "What's up, brother?" It was cold.
Crazy.
We were cold with it. But you know, like I said, I would have loved to see him play. And like I said, you know, like those eras and the era that we have now, I think as much as the old heads are, you know, dug and in the trenches and with their opinions and views, they're super happy about what, like Norris, to see you play, man, to see you take, you know, because at the time when these guys plays, people like your size, Norris, you know, that was very rare. But to see you, and I can't say enough about watching you play, man, who was.
Thank you, man.
It was sort of this. You're not gonna get this reference at all because you guys are way too young for this. But there was this movie called Lords of Flatbush. And what it was this sort of like gang movie, these Italian dudes. But this guy named Henry Winkler played like the young gang guy, right? And so when I watched you, I was like, ooh, he reminded me of the young Henry Winkler. They all, you know, sort of like trying to get it together, and all of a sudden big shots, and you was like, oh, and it was just, to us, man, you took us on a ride, man, and I would be remiss to not give you your props in broad daylight on that.
Man, I appreciate that, Jamie, man.
I'm almost done with this, too.
That's dope. That's dope.
I appreciate it.
Jordan, throw one out there, Jordan.
Nah, I was gonna ask you, since we were talking about movies, there was just a clip of Mike Tyson, you know, sparring and fighting, and I know you're supposed to do his movie. When you seen that clip, what were your first thoughts?
Yeah, I've been hanging with him quietly. Oof. So I could tell you that I'm glad that he's getting able to show himself in today's world, because there's this whole lot of stories smoldering around Mike's controversial, greatest, the ear bite, all these things. So as he does these types of things, I keep telling Mike, I said, yo, we're going to have to make a movie that's 8 hours long because you continue to do fantastic things.
Right.
And I'll give you a story. When I was just coming up, man, I was like 19, 20 years old. I was going to the comedy clubs. I was burning the comedy clubs up. Nobody could touch me. It was like I was doing my thing. So I was in the hood in LA doing comedy in the hood, the Comedy Act Theater, and I was always killing. And my Mike Tyson joke was the funniest joke I would do. One particular night, though, I get to my Mike Tyson joke, nobody laughed. You know why?
In the building.
Mike
Right
is
there.
in there.
Ooh.
I get to the joke, and then some dude yell like, yo, Mike is in here. I'm like, oh, shit. And everybody got quiet. And then some black girl in the front was like, what you gonna do, Jaime? You gonna do your little joke? I'm like, shut the fuck up. Because, you know, that's when Mike was knocking folks out for just, you know, smiling. So the dude yells out, yo, Mike said do the joke. And that shit better be funny. So everybody go from looking at Mike to looking at me. So I do the joke, bro. And I think the joke was like, I said, I haven't seen Mike in a while, but I went through the drive-through Kentucky Fried Chicken. And I'm not telling you what I saw, but what I heard was, hi, welcome to Kentucky Fried Chicken. May I take your order? Right? So I do this whole Mike working at the whatever, right? I get a standing ovation. Mike comes up to me after that. There he is. Come in. Boom. Hits me in the chest. You funny motherfucker. Come on, let's hang. And I started hanging out with Mike at like 20, 21 years old, bro. Seeing the most, bro, you've never seen anything like this. As big as Michael Jordan was, as big as Michael Jackson was, Mike Tyson, think about it. You could go to a Michael Jackson concert, right? You could go to a Michael Jordan basketball game. But those two Mikes all came to a Mike Tyson fight. And so I can't wait for you to check this movie because it tells you the story of two different people. Like the early Mike, who was like venomous, like, right. You know, things get set off quickly. I remember we was doing a party when he had got out of prison. We did a party at his house. And Stevie Wonder's playing, and you know, everybody was there, you know. And I remember he didn't like the thong song dude. What's it?
Cisco. Drew Hill.
Cisco.
For some reason, dog, he didn't like that dude. He said, get away from me, thong. I was like, oh my god, it got crazy. So I watched the height of that, and then once Mike hit hard times, right? The Mike now that we're gonna capture in this movie. And by the way, what you laughing at?
What did he say,
Get away from me, thong. I don't like that song. Get away from me, thong. And I was like, Cisco, man, get somewhere. This dude is not liking you, bro. Please. And then at one point, Mike got mad about something. Somebody asked him something. He went off. He was like, get away from it. And you know, Stevie was like, he couldn't see what's going on. Stevie was like, what's happening? I said, Stevie, stay here. It's danger. Stevie could sense the danger.
Oh, my stomach.
He was like, what is going on? I said, just chill. Stevie, stay right here. I got you, because Mike is not playing. But we will see in this movie the tale of two guys. And Martin Scorsese is directing it. It's the first boxing movie he's done since Raging Bull. And what I am so excited to do is play the character of Mike now, where when I called Mike, this was about a couple of years ago, I said, Mike, how you doing? All praises to Allah, my brother. I'm happy. I said, why are you happy? I don't have any crazy money anymore, so I don't have any vultures around me. Nobody can take anything away from me. So I'm happy. I got my peace of mind. I don't want this anymore. I said, wow. I said, Mike, if we capture that guy, then it makes the story worth watching, because we know you beat people up. We know all those things, but to see you quiet, to see you happy and love, to see you mourning for your daughter and stuff like that. So I can't wait for y'all to get a taste of it. It's going to be tight. And I've already done, and Chris, I'm going to send y'all a picture, but don't post it, but I'm going to show you when I did the test. I was 216 pounds, exactly his weight.
I was going to ask you, did you have to bulk up a little bit?
Yeah, but 216. Because I've been 225, 230 before for a flick, for this thing, Redemption. But doing Tyson, I'm at 216. On camera, it's going to look like 225 fight weight. And then when I get to the 225, 230, that's going to look like 250 when we play the older years. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you're paying attention, but he just lost 80 pounds. So
yeah, I've seen that.
It's going to be something. Yeah.
Jamie. First of all, I mean, want me to go? Can I go? Yeah. I'm Justin Holiday, by the way. Nice to meet you.
What up, Justin?
I think it's so, obviously we sit here and heard you talking. I think two impressive things. First of all, is just how you've actually experienced all this stuff. Because when we talk about this basketball, we always talk about, who's greatest, who's this and that. Yeah. And the people that can give us the best answers are people that experience it, though.
Yeah.
And like
Black Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Yeah. But exactly. Yes. And thing is, though, you haven't let that experience go to waste. And I think that's real dope how you pay attention to detail. Like the most impressive thing I've heard you say, not the most impressive, but like something that impressed me a lot was when you talked about Iverson getting to his right hand. Like you didn't play in the league. No. But your attention to detail, I think, is very, very, very impressive. And obviously it has to be for you to be a legend in everything you're doing.
I appreciate that. But it was like, I watched these guys' games and even you feel bad for Iverson, who didn't get a chance to get that great team around him. And even the mentality of the game, because Michael Jordan, this is MJ Mondays.
MJ Mondays.
See if you can appreciate this. Michael Jordan helped and hurt. The way he helped, because he put basketball in the stratosphere. Mm-hmm. The way he hurt was all NBA players that came after Mike wanted to be like Mike. Yeah. So therefore, it became the individual perspective that I have to do it. Not being able to actually see that there was that team, the Scottie Pippens, the Robinsons that allowed Mike to be that. So I think a lot of times these guys, and we do it all the time, we compare everybody. Can you be like Mike? Can you be like LeBron? Can you be? And what happens is that those guys sometimes end up not getting to the big dance. Look at San Antonio. Quiet. Team. Quiet. We never talk about those guys. And I was wrong, Norris. You were absolutely right about Timmy Duncan. And the reason that we don't, because they're not in our social media. They're not in the talk. Everybody else.
More Kawhi Leonard. They both
quiet. Kawhi Leonard. Exactly. So what happens is we lose focus a little bit, because everybody did want to be like Mike, but they somehow their agents telling them, no, this is how you get the contract. This is how you get the shoes. But they missed the ring, because think about it. T-Mac and Vince Carter was on the same team.
Right.
On the same team, bro.
On the same team. Where you going? You got it. But they were like, nah, I need to get mine, which is, a la Mike Jordan or Kobe. Look at the Oklahoma
City Thunder, bro.
Bro.
Right.
What are we doing? Who's at the front office? Who's steering the ship?
Right.
You got the three most incredible players right here, and you let them slip out of your hands, and at the same time, look, I remember running into to Russ and KD. I just say, what y'all doing? I was in Miami. Come on, man, what y'all doing? Right. And I could see that because I need to get my shine. I do need to be the Michael Jordan, what have you. So sometimes these guys, some of them, they miss the opportunity to get that ring because it's hard to say, I want to be the San Antonio Spurs because it ain't no shine. Right. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the misconception about Mike, though, because Mike was all about winning.
Exactly.
He really wasn't about the individual. He was about winning. That's what drove him. And it just so happened he was a great individual.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. People, that's why I'm glad that the doc is out. So you're able to see Michael Jordan say, no, we're going to win at all costs. But a coach like Phil Jackson and all them saying, okay, this is how we're going to work. But what happens, that media machine made it look as if it was always on him. And it was 98, 99% of it. But that other percentages, here's what I want to say, is that those guys weren't Mike. And that's what I'm saying. Trying to reach for that, not having what you just described, Norris. They didn't have that. And so sometimes, like I said, you shake your head and you wonder. Like, you wonder right now, and you hope that Russ gets that chance to get that ring. James Harden gets that chance to get that opportunity to get that ring. But it's kind of weird right now.
It is.
It's a little weird. And you have to know that, MJ realized sometimes you have to take a step back in order to take 2 steps forward. Yeah. And when he took those 2 steps back, it really wasn't a step back, really. It was just a change of perspective.
Exactly.
Norris, you got to go.
I look at it like this, like Norris. I look at it like you, Norris, like you in the team that you play for. You're valuable. People talk all the time about the car or the engine or the Ferrari, but the nuts and bolts, the glue, the everything. You don't have that. That car don't go. It's something as small as the ignition switch, and the car don't start. So all those little ignition switches that Michael and Phil were able to get together and have that great run was amazing.
What did I say, Chris?
Go ahead, Jess.
I think it's very interesting the things you said about how Jordan helped and hurt.
Yeah.
The game as everybody wanted to be Mike and want the individual game. Yeah. And it's never dawned on me until literally right now. Obviously, I think Jordan's the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear?
But listen to this though. Bron changes that.
Yeah, of
Think
course.
about it. Bron. So I never thought about Bron and how I've thought about how Bron, changed the game, but LeBron changes that perspective of actually I can be a team player and still be. So I think it's really crazy how Jordan, being Jordan, it shows exactly where LeBron is and changing the whole game completely and actually being cool to be a team player. A guy that's taking so much heat about not taking the shots, not doing this.
Yeah,
it's a little unfair. That's never hit me, and I play basketball.
It's a little unfair because we are used to certain things. Like look, America's like, where's the gladiator? Where's the cowboy? And we want the mentality. Yeah. A lot of times you got to look past their demeanor. Just because you're mean or you're tough doesn't mean that works for everything. Look, that was a different era. If you look at even when Zeke didn't shake the hands and all that. Look at the guys now. They change shirts. And for the old head, man, we would have never done that. We'd have pulled a knife on one of them. They don't do that no more. And so LeBron comes along, who can at any point that he wants to could score however many points he wants to.
Right.
But at the same time, the team. This is what I would say, and I appreciate this. There's certain things called instant chemistry that people have. That's the one thing that LeBron possessed. He has instant chemistry. I'm gonna give you an example. You ever go to that? Well, y'all don't, but we did. You go with your homies to the basketball. We used to go to Laguna Beach, right? And I go with 5 or 4 athletic black guys that could jump out the gym, but we ain't never played together.
Right.
And I pick them, and then it'd be them old white guys
play together,
and they beat us every time.
Yep.
because they got the chemistry. So a lot of times people don't understand how hard that is to capture the chemistry. And I think the one thing that I do marvel about LeBron James is where he could go to any place and be a contender for the championship with instant chemistry. And I think that at a certain point, young players that's coming up have to adapt to that a little bit if they want the rings. If you look at Golden State Warriors, how Steph Curry said, I will relinquish my Jordan and allow Kevin Durant to come because it's good for the team. Most agents, most anybody saying, wow, why would you do that?
Most stars wouldn't do that.
Exactly. Look at Dwyane Wade. I say all this all the time. I say Dwyane Wade to me is a case study on unselfish greatness. A person who's great, who allows to say, I'm going to allow to step to the side, not behind. I'm not behind you. He didn't say I'm stepping back. I'm going to step to the side to allow these things to happen. So in instant chemistry, along with people that are willing to fight for the common goal, is tough in a society where everybody got an Instagram account and everybody famous. Damn. Everybody want their likes. Everybody wants their likes. So it's so it's different case studies out there when it comes to basketball and team.
Jamie,
Go ahead, Jordan.
We'll give Norris the last question,
but I
gotta ask you.
I got a last question. Go ahead.
I gotta ask you this because you got 5 African Americans in here right now. You have a huge movie coming out, Just Mercy. Can you talk about the? Can you talk about it
too?
Well, here's the thing, and I appreciate this whole thing. I'm gonna have to go in 2 seconds, but here's the one thing I will say. Just Mercy, it was a personal thing about a man who got wrongly accused of a murder not too long ago, of a rape and a murder, and they put him in jail on death row without a trial. A guy by the name of Michael B. Jordan, who plays Brian Stevenson, who was the young lawyer who comes in and takes his case as an intern, and he ends up overturning the first death row case in Alabama. It's important for us, is all of us sitting here right now on this call, that those types of stories not only be watched but be taught. The thing is my father went through that. When I was younger, my father got put in jail for $25 worth of illegal substance. They put him in jail for 7 years. My father educated black men for 25 years in the school system in the hood. The very judge that he would have come to the school and mentor the kids was the one that presided in this case. They put my father next to some of the kids that he actually taught. I didn't go see my father in jail because I don't like seeing black people. I don't go see black people in jail because I don't want that image in my head. And I wrote him one letter. I said, Pops, I see you as a king. I can't come see you. I said, but you get out. I'm going to save your life. He got out in 2000, close to 2001. And people didn't understand. He taught me everything. He taught me how to shoot a basketball, taught me how to swim, taught me how to play tennis. I said, why am I learning how to play white people stuff? He said, because I want you to be well-rounded. So they didn't understand that they took that man from me. When he got out, he moved in with me. So it's almost going on 20 years now. And every single day, man, I'll check on him, make sure he's good. And those types of stories are so close to all of us, I'm sure. I mean, right. I'm sure you can't go to one black household and not say that somebody's been incarcerated or somebody's been leveled some type of injustice. So that's why thank you for asking for that. And at the same time, we got something coming around the corner where we're going to have to be really fearless. And we're going to have to be at our most togetherness, as I would say.
Right.
What's going on right now, and this is just me talking, but what's going on right now, this is not what we wanted. Somebody said during the campaign trail, what's the worst that can happen? Well, look at it. So now, as far as I'm concerned, we need to change course, especially for us, because what people didn't understand while we were going back and forth on if the Democrat or Republican or this or that, whatever, what you didn't see was the Supreme Court justice that became Supreme Court justice that's going to file on cases that we most likely will be in courtrooms up against our family members, judges and things like that. So when I look at Joe Biden, who I've known for years, man, personally, that's why I tell you it's different when you see it on social media and people running their mouth. I said, no, I know him personally. Right. I know these guys. I know George Bush personally. I remember sitting with George Bush and asking him, would you say anything bad about Obama? He said, no. I said, why? He said, because the job is too tough. You got everybody's people on your shoulder. And if you notice, George Bush's family hang with Obama's family. And that's what it's about, to be able to have an opinion about something, but still be able to talk with each other. I look at all the anger. Like, if I'm a Democrat and I've been a Democrat all my life, I ain't got to be mad at a Republican just because you won. What I do is tell all the people that don't agree with that, let's go take it back. So I'm saying let's go take it back, because there's more to it than that. It's beyond the candidate. It's what we are as black men, black women, what we're seeing now with a cop right now, beating up a 14-year-old kid because of a Swisher Sweet. But at the same time, you see guys storming the courthouse with AK-47s, and they're considered good people. So what I tell you is that you guys are important. And I'm telling you right now that where we are right now, we have an opportunity to come together in a great way, be fearless about it. And at the same time, we ain't got to be super angry. We just got to we just got to get going. So thank you for your time, man.
Man, appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you joining the platform.
Anytime,
Jamie Foxx
baby.
on MJ Monday.
MJ Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, Jamie.
Yep.
Appreciate you, buddy.